Hi guys, it's Jolly. Today I'm going to be doing a demo and wear test of the new Sunday Riley foundation. This is the Influencer Clean Long Wear Foundation by Sunday Riley, and I got it in the shade 240, which is described as tan with caramel undertones. The packaging looks like this, but we'll be getting into it a bit more as we get into the application. But before I begin the application, I just wanted to get into some claims of the foundation. It is cyclopentosiloxane free. I'm not completely sure I announced that properly, but I see this ingredient all the time. I know it's a silicone, and I think on the hair it is described as a silicone that can be pretty tough to rinse away and not get buildup. So maybe that's why they thought it wouldn't be the best on skin. It's also synthetic fragrance-free, talc-free, gluten-free, paraben-free, and cruelty-free. I know some people have sensitivities or allergies to talc, and I know it can be like pretty hard to avoid that ingredient, so that's cool. We'll get into the claims, and then I'm going to get back to the ingredients just for a second. So this is described as a clean, natural-looking long-wear coverage that doesn't disappear even through workouts, humidity, or days when you're feeling extra oily. Satin matte finish that doesn't dry out as the day or night goes on. Quick to apply, lightweight buildable, medium to full coverage. Expertly conceals redness, large pores, and dark spots without settling into fine lines. Controls oil but never dehydrates the skin for fresh-looking, shine-free, healthy-looking skin. Gentle formula that is suitable for even the most sensitive skin. And then it names some particular ingredients. It says balance the appearance of surface skin redness for naturally flawless skin. Now, being that Sunday Riley has always been a skincare brand, and I've never tried their skincare. I haven't tried anything from the line. But I am just a little perturbed at their choice to include fragrance. Not synthetic fragrance, but there are naturally derived fragrance ingredients included in this foundation. And I just don't really know why. I just think it's best to omit the fragrance altogether, whether it's from a natural source or, man-made. Fragrance is just not the best for your skin. It can just irritate your skin and just do damage to your skin. So I really prefer to use both skincare and makeup that does not include fragrance. I see it's got citronellol, it's got geraniol, and whether or not I'm pronouncing those right, I know that they are fragrance ingredients that can be damaging to the skin. So there is that, but they are very low down in the ingredients list. This is the full ingredients list, so there are a good amount of ingredients there. But yeah, the fragrance seems to be pretty low down. I don't see anything I recognize as drying alcohol. I see phenethyl alcohol, which I'm really not familiar with, but that's right before the fragrance ingredients begin. So that should also be a pretty low concentration. I'm not sure if that's like a good, bad, or more of a neutral alcohol. I'm just not sure. I tried to look it up, couldn't find much on it. But anyway, the foundation is available in 20 shades. But just from the swatches that are on the website, and I haven't swatched these in person at all, the only shade that I have seen in person is the one that I ordered, which is 240. But I just feel like there needs to be some more variation in the undertones, especially like the medium to deep shades. They just seem very olive, which works for me, but some people have pink undertones, some people have yellow undertones. There are a variety of undertones in people's skin, so that'll be interesting to see if they end up adding some more shades. But yeah, right now it's 20. I do have the foundation on now, so let's get into the application. Hey guys, so as usual, I prepped my skin with the Marcel Hydra C Ultralight Mattifying Fluid. I will leave the Amazon link for this product below. I've been using it for years now, and I love it. And then, as usual, I'm going to apply my MAC Prep and Prime Peach Luster highlighter underneath my eyes. It's called a highlighter, but really it's sort of deeper and more orangey than my skin tone, like way more. It's used to color correct the darkness under my eyes. So I'm just blending that in with a beauty blender. And this is a real beauty blender. I know it's an unusual color, but it was like part of some derm store set that I bought. It's actually like a pet peeve of mine when people use some other brand and still call it a beauty blender. But anyway. Okay, so I think today what I'm going to do is use a brush on half of my face and use the beauty blender on half my face, because I don't really know what this foundation is going to perform best with. I'm going to take a few pumps. And I got this in the shade 240, which is described as tan with caramel undertones. The bottle looks like this, and it is a tube, but it has a pump. So it's pretty cool. I took this much. The color looks pretty promising, and it is a bit thin and runny. Not extremely thin, but it runs a bit. I'm just going to apply it around on half of my face. And I'm going to use today the Sonia Kashuk number 4 brush. It's just a flat top synthetic brush, and I'm going to use that to blend this out. This product does have fragrance, and yeah, I can smell it. I prefer not to use fragrance on my skin, but companies insist on adding it to their products. Okay, so that's half my face. And for the other half, I'll be using a beauty blender. I'm going to take a little bit more foundation. So you have to use quite a bit. This comes with the standard, well, it comes with 1.08 fluid ounces, which is basically 1 ounce. I'm going to take one more pump to complete this half of my face and begin blending it out with that beauty blender. I don't know how to describe the scent. It is pretty pleasant and it's not super strong, but hopefully I don't. A lot of the time when a foundation has fragrance, you don't continue to smell it. But it's more like for the skin health that I don't like to use foundation on my, use fragrance on my skin. Just don't think it's the best for your skin. Okay, so as far as the two sides and the two different tools used for application, what are we thinking? No huge difference. I insist on applying concealer with my beauty blender, so I feel like I might as well use it for my foundation, but I feel like, I don't know. You never know, you might come across like a product that does better with the brush. But normally I feel like the beauty blender does great. And I don't, you wet it a little bit, but I keep it like barely damp, so I don't notice it like dilute my foundation or anything like that. But as far as the skin tone match, it looks pretty decent. I feel like on camera it does look a bit gray, but it doesn't in person. So maybe it will warm up a bit as I continue the rest of my face. I am going to complete my face off camera. I have a full foundation routine that I will link below. But for today, to save time, I'm going to complete it off camera. So I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back. So I want you to have a look at my skin. I just finished my makeup. It is 5:59, so it's almost exactly 6 o'clock p.m. This is what my skin is looking like. Of course, I have the concealer right here and under my eyes in a V shape. But everywhere else, you're seeing the foundation. And honestly, I think in person and on camera, it looks really good. The shade looked a little bit just weird, like just a weird undertone a little bit deep, but then kind of like grayish and kind of like, I don't know. But then when I put on my other makeup, it looks completely fine, both in person and on camera. In case you're curious, this is the Kat Von D Lolita lipstick, not the liquid one, just the regular lipstick bullet. But anyway, we'll talk about the claims, I guess, a little bit more after I do my wear test. But I will say right now, I see that it's described as a satin matte finish that will hold up through workouts, humidity, or days when you're feeling extra oily. Listen, that have a very oily nose, and I'm not getting the impression that this is going to hold up well through oil. Other foundations I have, like, it's optional for me to even use powder with certain other foundations. But this immediately it just felt a little bit like, not sticky or anything. It just felt a little bit like almost moist, like it never quite dried down. And I was like, no, I'm going to have to use some powder today. So I used my MAC Medium Dark Mineralized Skin Finish. And now it feels good. I mean, it's pleasant to touch. It feels good. I don't seem to be getting transfer, but I just put it on. So I'll let you guys know about that kind of stuff as I go out to eat. And if I like start to wipe my face and stuff with a napkin, I'll let you know if it transfers or not. But right now it looks nice. I'm happy with the shade match of 240. I will leave some other foundation shade references below. I'm going to start to do that in my video so you guys can get an idea. If you wear something, you know, in another formula, you can get an idea of which shade to get in this one. But anyway, I am so hungry. It's pizza night. I'm going to go have some pizza. I don't want to do a super long wear test today because it's already 6 p.m. But I do want to do a wear test, especially since this foundation claims to hold up well under those trying conditions. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few hours. Hey guys, so I am back. It's been about 3 hours. It's 9:12 right now. So, yeah, let's check in. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. But this is actually a very pretty foundation. I'm going to zoom you guys in. So my trouble area is my nose. I am getting some oil come through there, which, like, is to be expected. I mean, it's just such a problem area for me. There's not really anything that 100% holds up there for the most part. So, yeah, but otherwise, this is holding up very well. I mean, I don't really have too much of a problem with, like, longevity of products on my skin besides my nose for the most part, especially when, like, I mean, if it's, like, a really, really hot summer day, then, yeah, it can become a problem. But this is really pretty. It feels really nice. After I set it with some powder, it felt really, really good. And, yeah, it looks about as good as when I first applied it, so you can't, what's there to be mad at, right? So now I'll go into the results versus the claims that they made. It's hard to say how well this would hold up through workouts or like really humid days, because today wasn't. It's not extremely hot and humid yet where I live, which is Maryland, the DC area. So, yes, it was quick to apply. I guess about average. I don't really know why they said that. In fact, I actually thought it took more pumps than I expected, so this might run out fast. I don't know. It just seems to take more than I expected it to. But it didn't dry out as the day went on, that's true. I do feel like it feels really lightweight. I don't know. I put on quite a bit, I feel, compared to the amount I use in other foundations. And it looks good, but I can still see my dark spots from old acne scars peeking through on this side. This side not so much, but I don't know if you guys can see that darkness around here. Yeah. So, I mean, the coverage is alright. Medium to full, I guess. I don't really have too many issues with, like, large pores and fine lines. The only place I really have fine lines is under my eyes, and I never put foundation under my eyes. I just feel like I use enough corrector and concealer for that. But I do feel like my skin looked healthy looking. I feel like it definitely did not increase my shine, you know. As something that's targeted to sensitive skin so much, I do feel like it would have been better if they completely omitted fragrance ingredients. The shades, and I haven't tried them in person, and this one looked really good. As soon as I pumped it out, I was like, oh yeah, that's promising. But the shades just seem a little bit, they seem very olive, and my complexion is kind of olive, so that kind of worked out in my favor. That's just what it looks like. I mean, it just looks like a really good match. It looks like a very natural skin tone-ish kind of shade, but I can see this looking weird on different people. like they have some weird undertones, like they need, or maybe they work. Maybe they're just very like olive-minded. I don't know. But I feel like, or maybe they're trying to be like neutral, like not be very pink or very yellow. I don't really know, but I just feel like they need a little more variation of undertones. 20 shades is a pretty decent amount of shades. But I think that they need a little bit more variation of undertone. I will say that. But other than that, pretty decent foundation. This is Sunday Riley's first foundation, and I think overall it was good. It was pretty impressive. The biggest fault I probably have with it is that they chose to include fragrance ingredients. But that's about it, guys. So I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It helps a lot. And subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. Other than that, I just want to thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye.